Hello, my friends. New year, new season of the podcast, How We Special Needs. The first season has been a lot of experimenting, a lot of trial and error, a lot of trying with interviewing many other parents of special needs kids. I've done entries talking about topics like blog entries. I've even tried on the YouTube channel vlogs, which I hate. I've interrogated myself for many months on all the ethical aspects of posting my child online. So, should I post more about Beatrice and raise awareness on Kabuki syndrome? Should I post less to protect her from all the dangers of the internet and social media? The first season of the podcast has been also a good way to collect data on what you guys click, what you guys listen to the most. And it happened that I see you guys were a lot more interested when, yes, I talked about my daughter's journey with the syndrome, but also exploring together the emotions, the dynamics, the complexities of this journey, more than the simple updates on her medical visits, for example, or her therapies. So that's where I would like the second season of the podcast to go. A lot more conversational. As you see, I'm not reading from a script. Not scripting my videos or podcast episodes is very frightening for me because English is a second language. And it might be my ADHD or it might just be me. Sometimes my thoughts are not as quick. So scripting whatever I'm going to say gives me usually a lot more chances to use the right terms, to ponder the vocabulary, to ponder the sentences, the rhetoric of it all. But I have so many projects. Some of you guys might know it. I just published the book, so that's what it is, on my ADHD diagnosis. And I just created a new YouTube Kids channel, Mama Mini, hopefully bringing a lot of joy to many, many kids worldwide. So in the midst of all these projects that I always start, I want to keep going with the podcast. I want to keep talking to you guys about topics that do really matter to me and apparently matter to you guys as well. Because even the weeks or months where I did not post any new podcast episodes, you guys still showed up. And I really appreciate this. So, first of all, let me thank you all for showing up, for being present for this reality, for this project. And I will try to keep it more conversational with the long videos talking about complex dynamics or how-tos, my own tips that might be helpful for you guys. I will also add some short content, which will be my blog entries, because I still love to write. And those might be shorter because being blog entries, they tend to be pages of diary, let's say. And so I will also post those on the podcast, hopefully, because many of you guys are super incredibly busy and not everyone can check social media, podcast, YouTube channel, blog. Some people prefer to read. Some people prefer just to listen while doing some other tasks. And so in order to cater to all of you guys, I will also post on the podcast those entries. I might still publish interviews. I do have to be honest, I don't think I'm that great interviewer. And I also want to respect my interviewees. So relying on very standard, very typical questions that keep repeating for every single interviewee might not be the best option. But until I learn more, so I want to research a lot more about how to interview people, I might pause the interviews on other conditions. Unless you guys want to be interviewed, in that case, send me a message. You can find me on my Kabuki girl on every social media out there, the major ones. So TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube, of course. And if you want to tell your story with special needs, please show up and we can definitely organize still an interview. But this is what has been on my mind lately. And I really hope that you guys will like this new format, this new season. Hopefully, I will post a lot more regularly because I will not have to spend a whole afternoon scripting the videos over and over and over again. And let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you have any specific topics in mind that you would like me to talk about. I will still post now and then updates on how Beatrice, how my daughter is going. She's amazing. And I still think there's value in sharing her journey, her experience with Kabuki syndrome. So that I think will keep going. Maybe not as often as in 2025, but still, I want to show you guys how strong, how brave, how extraordinary this little girl is. And in the meantime, you all have the most amazing 2026, full of joy, full of silly faces, full of tears if needed, full of resilience and excitement for the new day that comes. Stay safe. Ciao.